Good day, this is Professor Will, CBMD PhD. Today's Thursday, May 14, 2020. It is 9:46 and 40 seconds p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is my continuation on Corona series, this being my second today. So let's get started here. Can COVID-19 spread through fecal matter? Studies indicate genetic material virus showing up in stool. Date May 14, 2020. Source Rice University. Summary. Early studies show evidence of COVID-19 genetic material of fecal matter, but more work is needed to determine if the virus can be spread through stool, according to a new review paper. Potential fecal transmission of SARS-CoV-2, current evidence and implications for public health will appear in an upcoming edition of the International Journal of Infectious Disease and is available online. The paper reviewed an ever-changing body of literature on detection of the novel coronavirus in fecal matter of COVID-19 patients. Most of the studies that have been done so far are picking up viral RNA in the feces rather than infectious virus. However, a few studies have showed that infectious virus may be present in stool samples. Researchers say the mere presence of genetic material is less worrisome than if infectious amounts of viable virus are found in stool in future studies, as that would imply it is possible for it to be transmitted to others through feces. Researchers say if future research continues finding viable virus in stool, this could have important implications, especially for those working in the restaurant industry, nursing homes, daycares, etc. Ultimately, more research is needed to determine whether exposure to stool is spreading this virus and making the pandemic worse. But given this possibility, it behooves us to be more careful, especially in settings where people have an increased risk of morbidity and death due to COVID-19. Researchers say there's no downside to exercising an abundance of caution and following good personal hygiene practices until we know more. There are plenty of other diseases out there that are transmitted through fecal contamination, including hepatitis A and norovirus. Following a high level of precaution will help just in case COVID-19 can be spread this way. The study confirms cats can become infected with and may transmit COVID-19 to other cats. Date May 14, 2020. Source University of Wisconsin-Madison. Summary. Scientists report that in the laboratory, cats can readily become infected with SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, and may be able to pass the virus to other cats. Researchers led a study in which researchers administered 2-3 cats SARS-CoV-2 isolated from a human patient. The following day, the researchers swabbed the nasal passages of the cats and were able to detect the virus in 2 of the animals. Within 3 days, they detected the virus in all the cats. The day after the researchers administered virus to the first 3 cats, they placed another cat in each of their cages. Researchers did not administer SARS-CoV-2 virus to these cats. Each day, the researchers took nasal and rectal swabs from all 6 cats to assess them for the presence of the virus. Within 2 days, one of the previously uninfected cats was shedding virus, detected in the nasal swab, and within 6 days, all the cats were shedding virus. None of the rectal swabs contained virus. Each cat shed SARS-CoV-2 from their nasal passages for up to 6 days. The virus was not lethal, and none of the cats showed signs of illness. All the cats ultimately cleared the virus. That was a major finding for us. The cats did not have symptoms. Researchers and colleagues are collaborating together in an effort to create a human COVID vaccine called Coraflu. The findings suggest cats may be capable of becoming infected with the virus when exposed to people or other cats positive for SARS-CoV-2. It follows a study published in Science by scientists at the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences that also showed cats and ferrets could become infected with and potentially transmit the virus. The virus is known to be transmitted in humans through contact with respiratory droplets and saliva. It is something for people to keep in mind. If they are quarantined in their house and are worried about passing COVID-19 to children and spouses, they should also worry about giving it to their animals. But researchers advise that people with symptoms of COVID-19 avoid contact with cats. They also advise cat owners to keep their pets indoors in order to limit the contact their cats have with other people and animals. Researchers are concerned about the welfare of animals. No justification in taking measures against companion animals that may compromise their welfare. Humans remain the biggest risk to other humans in transmission of the virus. There is no evidence cats readily transmit the virus to humans, nor are there documented cases in which humans have become ill with COVID-19 because of contact with cats. There are, however, confirmed instances of cats becoming infected because of close contact with humans infected with the virus. and several large cats at the Bronx Zoo have also tested positive for the virus. For instance, according to an April 22nd announcement from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 2 cats in 2 private homes in New York State tested positive for COVID-19. One had been in a home with a person with a confirmed case of the viral disease. The cats showed mild signs of respiratory illness and were expected to make a full recovery. Additional cats have also tested positive for COVID-19 after close contact with their human companions. A research study in several states in the U.S. to test animal shelter cats that might have previously been exposed to human COVID-19 cases. Animal welfare organizations are working very hard in this crisis to maintain a human-animal bond and keep pets with their people. It is a stressful time for everyone, and now more than ever, people need the comfort and support that pets provide. Researchers have worked with CDC and American Veterinary Medical Association to develop recommendations for shelters housing potentially exposed pets, which they may do while owners are hospitalized or otherwise unable to provide care because of their illness. The UW Medicine study helps confirm experimentally that cats can become infected, though the risk of natural infection from exposure to SARS-CoV-2 seems to be quite low. Of the 22 animals the program has tested, none have had positive polymerase chain reaction tests for the virus. Cats are still much more likely to get COVID-19 from you, rather than you get it from a cat. Researchers recommend that pet owners first talk to their veterinarians about whether to have their animals tested. Testing should be targeted to populations of cats and other species shown to be susceptible to the virus and virus transmission. With respect to pets, we are targeting companion animals in communal residences within high-risk populations such as nursing homes and assisted living facilities. There is a delicate balance of needing more information through testing and the limited resources and clinical implications of positive tests. So what should pet owners do? If your pet lives indoors with you and is not in contact with any COVID-positive individual, it is safe to pet, cuddle, and interact with your pet. If you are COVID-19 positive, you should limit interactions with your pets to protect them from exposure to the virus. As always, animal owners should include pets and other animals in their emergency preparedness planning, including keeping on hand a 2-week supply of food and medications. Preparation should also be made for the care of animals should you need to be quarantined or hospitalized due to illness. Newly emerged coronavirus did not spill over from scaly anteaters, researchers say. Date May 14, 2020. Source PLOS. Summary. Mammals known as scaly anteaters are a natural host of coronaviruses, but are not likely the direct source of the recent outbreak in humans, according to a new study. As noted by the authors, the large-scale surveillance of coronaviruses in these animals, called pangolins, could improve our understanding of the spectrum of coronaviruses circulating in the wild, and could help prevent and control emerging infectious diseases. Last December, an outbreak of the coronavirus disease, COVID-19, emerged in Wuhan, China. Recent studies have shown that severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2, SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, could have originated in bats. SARS-CoV-2 may have spilled over to humans from another intermediate host, and the source of the virus is still unknown. To effectively control the disease and prevent new spillovers, it is critical to identify the animal origin of this newly emerging coronavirus. In the new study, researchers and colleagues examined whether pangolins could be an intermediate host for SARS-CoV-2. The researchers assembled the whole genome of a coronavirus identified in 2 groups of sick Malayan pangolins. The results suggest that the pangolin coronavirus is genetically associated with SARS-CoV-2 and a group of bat coronavirus. But further analysis suggests that SARS-CoV-2 did not arise directly from the pangolin coronavirus. Although this study does not support the idea that pangolins are an intermediate host directly responsible for the emergence of SARS-CoV-2, it is possible that other coronaviruses could be circulating in pangolins. According to the authors, wildlife conservation and limited exposure to wildlife will be important to minimize the risk that coronaviruses will spill over from wild animals to humans. Pangolins could be natural hosts of beta coronaviruses with an unknown potential to infect humans. However, our study does not support that SARS-CoV-2 evolved directly from the pangolin coat. Good day, this is Professor Will, CBMD PhD on infectious disease and microbiology. Well, hope you're having a great day and hope you enjoyed listening. Take care.